How are you doing, folks? It's Joe Value here for Cold Bear Sports on Tuesday evening with three selections for tomorrow. Three pretty solid selections, I would imagine. Just want to check a price feed there now what I have is. No, I still think it's 4-1. Yeah, we'll just jump straight in because busy enough day tomorrow. We start off in the 125 at Newbury, a horse by the name of Limo. He's 4-1 in one place, but I think he's generally in around 137-2. He's a horse that I know quite well. I've followed him, since Gary Moore had him really. Really liked him one day. He ran in Newbury over course and distance, and he went out in front and he just jumped beautifully. Got ran down late on by a half decent horse, but he has won since, and he's been knocking on the door a lot since. But his comeback run at Sandown, initially I was a little bit disappointed with his finishing effort, but you have to give him the benefit of the doubt. It was his first run of the season, and he should come on leaps and bounds. And I think this is a good drop in class. The favourite comes in here looking for the hat trick. This is his toughest race to date. He definitely is one of the dangers, but I think this early Limo got dropped a pound for finishing third in a much better race in Sandown last time, and off a mark of 119, I think for Jamie Moore and Gary Moore, I think he should take a fair bit of stopping, and I'd like to see him maybe pop out there and make all. I think he's the best horse in the race, and hopefully they ride him like that. Ride him good and positive, because last time he was around Newbury, he was definitely he was an exciting watch for a horse that he's lowish grade, I suppose you could say. But that's early the Limo in the 125 at Newbury, 2-point win there. 4-1 available, generally 7-2, I think, around that. Moving on to the 138 at Doncaster, horse by the name of Thyme White, trained by Paul Nichols for Briery Frost. Runs tomorrow at Doncaster, as I say. 3-1 shot. I like this lad over hurdles. He was second one day to an old favourite of ours, Roland Ward, around Kempton, and we all know Roland Ward is a really, he's a decent horse around Kempton. This lad tried to make all that day, just got ran down late on, but did win around Musselborough on soft ground, which it'll be today. And I went back and looked at his flat form before Paul Nichols even had him, and he won on heavy ground. So they're giving plenty of rain at Doncaster. Probably will get tested enough, but I don't see that being a problem for this lad. There's loads of pace up front. He can take his time, and Briery Frost. I'd say she'll keep him nice and wide, and second and third, give him plenty of room to look at his fences. He did run very well in Wincanton, first run of the year, against a horse of mine, Amarillo Sky. He was second that day, but the trainer did quote that he would come on significantly for that run. He didn't really get to show it last time at Ascot. He just ran down the fence, and unseated rider was a bit strange, but I'm sure they're happy to go here tomorrow. And at 3-1, I think he's worth a 2-point win as well. My final selection of the day, 3:35 at Newbury, a horse by the name of Patroclus, or Patroclus or something like that. It's a Nicky Henderson horse anyway, trained by Nicky, as I say, and ridden by Nico de Vonville. I just thought it was interesting, this horse. He was entered for that race a couple of days ago in Kempton, which Jackamere won. Mr. Coffey was second. This lad was entered, and they just waited, I suppose, they're waiting for Newbury, and it's always a good sign when you see a Nicky Henderson horse in a race in Newbury, because he just target the Newbury meetings. There's no doubt about that. Like, his record is very, very good indeed. And yeah, I just thought, first time over fences, he's definitely built for a chaser, and his hurdles form was very smart, or very decent anyway. And a 2-point win here down the bottom of the weights at 4-1. I think he might be worth having a little go at there. I'm also going to do a point Win Trixie on the three of them. So it's the 125 at Newbury, the Limo, the 138 Doncaster, Thyme White, and the 3:35 at Newbury, Patroclus, or something like that. 4-1. Solid enough chances. Be great if the 3 and 1. You never know. Absolutely super racing today at Leopardstown, wasn't it? Like, it was class. The big race of the day, even though it didn't really suit me. I would like to see a Plutard win for the anti-post bet. But still in all, fair play to Galvin. He got up on the line, and then the race after that, wasn't it? Galpin Duchamps, like what an absolute machine he looked. First time over fences for Willie. If you can't get excited at performances like that, you're probably following the wrong game. And then the bumper horse as well, Redemption. Jesus Christ, he's just like there's more. I think there's more aeroplanes down in Willie Mullins's than there is in Dublin Airport at this stage. He's just week after week now he's coming out with these superstars, like Sir Gerhard yesterday, and maybe Kilcrut tomorrow. Would be interesting. Or is it tomorrow or the day after? I'm not 100% sure, but it's just phenomenal. The man. Whereas, it's Willie Mullins' world, and we're just all living in it, unreal. Hopefully back at Priory Park. My other selection, Ard Hill, didn't run, so it was nice that Priory Park won anyway. Yeah, good. We'll keep it going. Hopefully these 3 tomorrow will all win, and we'll be all happy as Larry. All right, Joe Value for Cold Bear Sports. I'll talk to you around this time tomorrow. All the best now. Take care.